So it's out, Ecofitness story. I'm just going to do one video on this and then share it around to the different social media outlets, so I'm not holding another phone and stuff like that. So it's out and I'm so excited. I actually thought I wouldn't have been able to do this, right? Because I searched everywhere. So a few months ago, I was saying to my business mentor, I was there, look, people need to, like, obesity is huge. People know they need to get fit, but they don't have a desire to get fit because they don't have a big enough reason to do it, because sometimes we think that we don't have enough desire to look after ourselves, okay? And I know last year was mental, absolutely mental. There was a lot of trauma and there was a lot of negative stuff, but you have to admit, the planet got a big, massive reset. Mother Nature got a big, massive reset. Now, I recently found out that this is fake news, but what triggered me for Ecofitness was, do you remember in Venice? Apparently there was dolphins swimming in Venice. I found out recently that that was actually fake news, but it was good news that actually triggered me, because I was like, oh my God, we are wrecking the shop here. We are wrecking the shop. But I used to get overwhelmed. I used to want to be able to do something positively for the environment, but I'll be totally honest, I used to get so overwhelmed. I was like, will one small thing that I do is going to make that change? And then it's like everything else. It's like your weight loss. It's like everything else. You nearly kind of throw in the effort towel and go, what's the point? I'm not going to make a positive change just by myself. So what's the point? But I have discovered that there is a point, and that one person can positively impact the environment, hugely impact it by just reducing their car travel by one short journey every day. So my message that I was saying a few months ago that I would love to get across is to give people a reason to turn on and press play for a workout at home, to give people a reason to walk to the school, to give people a reason to walk and cycle to work, because it's in us not to do it, and it's in us just to be lazy. But if we have a bigger reason to do it, there's no way we can stop the planet like we did last year. It's not going to happen again. That was once in a lifetime that a pandemic caused a massive, huge lockdown. That, look at Delhi, look at India and Delhi. The millennials over there, it's the first time they're able to see over the city without the pollution. Like, it's huge. So I cannot see the world ever stopping again for the purpose of bringing down pollution, bringing down greenhouse gas emissions. I cannot see it happening. And it's sad. And I said that to loads of people that I met. I said the pandemic was crazy. It positively impacted some people. It brought huge trauma to people's lives with death and stuff like that. But look at Mother Nature. Mother Nature flourished. And I was there, look what we're doing to the planet. And if we could only stop the planet once a year for 1 month and take a break, but we won't do that. As human beings, and for money reasons and for everything, we just can't possibly do it. So I was saying I would love to spread the message that if we could positively impact the environment ourselves by reducing our car travel, because it was car travel that did it. It was car travel, it was factories stopped, it was China stopped, everything stopped, and the whole emissions just came down, because seriously came down, and the pollution came down, the sea life was happy out, everyone was delighted with themselves. But we can't do that we can't do that. It's physically impossible to do that again as the whole world comes together and every country shuts down. But what is possible is, and I can't do it on my own. I definitely can't do it on my own, and it takes the overwhelm out of it then. It takes the overwhelm as going, oh, how can I reduce all my waste? How can I stop eating meat? How can I do this? How can I do that? There's too many how can I do's. And I was getting overwhelmed because I like eating meat. I'll be honest. I would love to go vegan, but my kids like eating meat as well. But we've reduced the consumption of meat. We're buying organic. We're going to the farmers markets now as best we can. We're trying to reduce the packets as best we can. I'm trying to do it other ways, because it's too overwhelming. Go vegan, Karina. Buy an e-car, Karina. I can't afford an e-car. Not everybody can afford an e-car. Not everybody can afford a bike. Not everybody can afford to go vegan because they think it's hard. Do you know, not everybody can afford to go organic meat. But what everybody can do is we can do one small thing of reduce our car travel or our bus travel or our train journey or whatever per day by one short trip. And that one short trip will positively impact the environment by you as one person is going to save your greenhouse gas emissions and your fuel consumption by 0.5 tonnes per year. Now that is a shitload, isn't it? Now the study that I found, and I have their names written down here because I don't want to do them injustice. So when I first came up with this idea, I was like, I can't put this idea out to the world. There's nothing to back it. I've no figures, I've no facts, I've nothing to back it. So basically I'm blown through my arse. But it's positive to see what happened last year to the planet. It was we could see it, but there was no research backed up and no kind of figures and stuff like that. But we could see it. We could see Delhi having no pollution and could see the mountains for the first time. We could see the clear waters in Venice. We could see it here in Ireland ourselves. There was animals running all over the place, the city and everything in Dublin. You know, we just calmed down a bit and nature took hold. And we need to do more of that. So I have their names written down here. Dr. Brand is one of the researchers who conducted this study. The other one is, I hope I pronounced the name right, Dr. Audrey de Nacelle. She was the other lady who conducted this study. So the study only came out this year, but the study was done last year and the facts and figures came out this year. So basically what they did was, you don't know who, lads, I contacted people in America, in Australia. I've contacted the Dolphin Society, Dolphin Quest. I was contacting everybody and anybody, and nobody could help me because nobody has done that. They didn't know anybody that did this study. And it was just so happened I found Dr. Brand, Christian Brand, and I was like, straight onto LinkedIn. He's no Instagram, so I can't tag him here. Anyway, hi, blah, 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 blah. Can I use your facts and figures? So anyway, they did a study last year because they noticed the positive impacts that COVID did have on the world with people not travelling and all that jazz, right? 2,000 people came onto the study. They did it in the major European cities like London, Antwerp, Switzerland, all that jazz, right? And basically they monitored, however they did it with their scientific ways of doing it, they monitored people by reducing their car travel by one short journey because it's all city based, because it's the cities that's causing the problem. The country as well, but more so the cities because the population is higher. So basically that's what the study they came up with is, yes, one person on their own can positively impact the planet by 0.5 tonnes of greenhouse gas emissions saved per year. Considering that one person in the UK consumes 1.8 tonne, we can save 0.5 tonne per year by just one short daily travel swapped over for active travel, either bike, cycle, working out at home, not driving to the gym, all of that jazz. You can do it. You can do it. So imagine, and this was my dream over the last few months, and thank you Dr. Christine Brand and Dr. Audrey Nacelle for coming up with this study to back my craziness, that if we can come together as a community in the world, and if we all do our bit every day, because it is overwhelming to recycling, it's overwhelming, it's too overwhelming, and we can get too flustered and I can get overwhelmed by it. But if we can do one simple thing each day and reduce our car travel, work out at home, walk to school, cycle to work. Even if you live out in the countryside, can you drive to the nearest town and then get the train into work? Can you put your bike on the back of the car and can you drive to the nearest town? And can you cycle the rest of the way to work? And not only that, lads, we're not only going to positively impact Mother Nature, for not us, if we don't see it, our grandkids will see it, or our grandkids' kids and the kids will see it. Like, we're doing it for our health. Obesity is huge. And all we need to do is make small steps. Small steps will bring big change. And I say this all the time to my clients who are obese and overweight or suffering from diabetes or addicted to sugar or addicted to alcohol. We've all done it. It's the small changes that lead to bigger changes. And they don't see it or believe it until they start doing the small changes. And then they see it and they start to believe it. And that's when the motivation comes. A client said to me yesterday, Karina, how do you be so motivated? I said, motivation is shite. You can't just wake up and be motivated every day. It's shite. It's a stupid word. And motivation comes from taking small action every day, feeling the small positive benefits every day. And then all of a sudden, after a few weeks and after a few months of waking up, doing your movement, your daily active movement, because that's what we're calling it now. Well, we're calling it I'm gotten all flustered now. It is active movement, but I'm calling it sustainable movement, because it is sustainable movement. Because everything that I preach and teach to my clients anyway is we need our diet to be sustainable. We need our food to be sustainable. We need our exercise to be sustainable. Because if it's sustainable, we're going to, oh, the Wi-Fi is acting up. If it's sustainable, we're going to do it and we're going to stick to it. And now that you know that you can, one person, little old you standing there, can positively impact Mother Nature, the sea, the dolphins, everything. Once we can bring down those greenhouse gas emissions every day and every year, the sea is going to get cooler. And when the sea gets cooler, the sea life are going to flourish. And the problem is now, especially over Australia is suffering, because I found a great study in Australia, but the ozone layer I think is over there, the whole. So Australia's kind of a little bit hot anyway, but it's coming to Ireland, it's coming to the UK. Look at it now. The heat is rising and it's lovely and we're all getting tans, but at the same time the water in the sea is rising. That's going to negatively impact our coral reefs, our sea life, the dolphins, their fertility, everything. We're messing up everything, lads. It's a vicious cycle, but it's too overwhelming to try to do too many things at once. So let's try to do one thing. Reduce one small car travel journey per day. You decide. It doesn't matter. Walking the kids to school, getting your child to walk home from camp like I'm doing today. It's warm, get over yourself, walk anyway, you'll be grand. Bring your bike, walk to the shop. Turn on your workout at home, and every time you turn on the workout, you're getting a double whammy. You're getting a positive reward that you're making your body fit, you're making yourself healthy, you're getting a double whammy of press and play in your workout at home, going, I'm positively impacting the planet right now. I'm working out at home. I didn't hop in my car. I didn't go to a huge commercial gym to use up more energy, use up more fuel. I'm doing it here in the house, and I'm doing it with a massive community all over the world with Ecofitness. And that's why it was born. So there you go. So Ecofitness is here to do sustainable movement, active travel, small changes, small steps, big changes. And small steps is in one foot in front of the other. Press and play at home on your workout, not getting out in the car. Reducing your plastics as much as you can, using reusable bottles for your water, going to vegetable shops, not using bags, not using plastic packaging. It all helps. Small little steps, I've noticed, helps. Since I started going to the farmer's market, I'm actually buying less food. Now, saying that, it's only on Saturdays for the fish and the meat, the good meat and the good fish. So I have to find somewhere else to go during the week, because sometimes I can't make it of a Saturday or a Sunday. And I love the fish there. I noticed that I'm coming home with just 2 little bags. There's no plastics. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, there you go. And not only am I getting good food, getting food with less hormones in it, getting foods that's produced by love from farmers, I'm also positively impacting them and their lives as well. And there's less plastics as well. And the food is actually savage. It's so nice. So it's little changes like that. Don't overthink it. It's the little, because that's what I was doing, and I was getting overwhelmed, and I was like, oh, I don't know, can I do this? But I just realised that it's the small, simple steps that lead to the big changes. But I can't do it on my own. I need to do it with a massive community around the world, and that's why Ecofitness was born. So there you go, lads. If you want to join the movement, go into the link in my bio. You can join the subscribe list. You will get an email later today, and the email later today will have a link to my private Facebook group where you can join for free. There's no selling, there's nothing like that. I will, of course, it's down the line that if you want to trim down and do different things with fitness, they will be offered down the line. It's completely up to you if you want them or not. But apart from that, you can do positive change now by just doing movement, getting moving, driving less. You can do it now, and it'll automatically positively impact your body, your mind, your health, everything. So that's it. Go to the link in my bio, join the subscribe list. You will get the link to the private Facebook group. The girls there are already doing challenges for the last month. They're already doing challenges of walking challenges, jogging challenges, exercise challenges with my online workouts, but it doesn't have to be my online workouts, it can be anybody's. They're already doing logging their food challenges to not only reduce their calories consumption, their sugar consumption, but just to be more mindful of what they're eating altogether, which will positively impact the environment as well. There's loads of challenges going on over there, and it's free. Why not? Why not? And the girls are over there, so let's build up the community. Go to the link in the bio, and my website, proper website, will be launching very, very soon. But for now, go to the coming soon page and subscribe.